Welcome to the live replay, you guys. Today is August 21st, and we are going to be continuing, let me just show you, continuing November. We just did this little bear theme together yesterday in Janelle's bullet journal, and we're going to finish that one today. But I have been spending a few minutes at the start of each of my live just catching up with charm organization. And of course, I got to set up my iPad and everything here. Just close quarters over here. I feel like anytime I move to do anything, I'm knocking something over or making my camera wiggle. How are you guys doing today? Oh yeah, I need to go through the Instagram polls for all the color names. Those polls are closed, so the color names have been locked in. I haven't actually looked at the results to lock them in, but I feel like I'll just go with whatever you guys voted for. Hello, user36. How's it going? I'm just starting the live and I have been just organizing a handful of charms at the beginning of every live while I wait for people to come, because I've just got charms overflowing and I need to organize them. Hey, Moni. Thanks for joining. Okay, I'll be done after this little handful. It's almost done. And then we'll jump right back into that teddy bear theme. WT. Perfect. One more pack of letters and then two other little baggies. I almost dumped this after all that organizing. All right. So we left off at this point yesterday. We just finished, we did the title page. We've been doing this month tutorial style, which I don't normally do. I mean, I walk through bits and pieces of my process. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I keep hitting that camera stand. I walk through bits and pieces of my process on a pretty regular basis, but yesterday it was like a dedicated tutorial night. So we did everything together. I know a few of you guys sent me pictures, so thank you for that. And now we're going to move on to some of the other pages in Janelle's monthly array. So the next one that she does is favorite moments spread, and I'll show you what we've done for that in the past. Favorite moments, we did it like this in September. We did it like this in August. We did it like this in July. And then October, we did it like this. So it's just kind of a place for her to have room to dump down like highlights from the month. This is a memory keeping journal for her. So, you know, a quote that one of her kids said that was really funny, something they did, you know, whatever. She can just write down little moments from the month. And so this month I am gonna just do some cute little boxes. Some are gonna have that gingham pattern. Some might have more of a grid, and some will be like solid fill, empty fill, whatever. But I'm just gonna jump straight into drawing those already. Well, I'll do the spacing first, but so if you want any sort of spread like what I'm doing, you could use it for like more than just memory keeping, but I'm basically going to divide each page into half vertically, which is 6.5 centimeters or 13 dots. And then starting from that top dot, I'm going to divide it into thirds horizontally, which is 6 centimeters or 12 dots. Hey Tunde, how are you? And then I think I'm actually going to do the title for this month in the top corner and then a teddy bear in the bottom corner. So those ones aren't going to have boxes, but all the other spots are going to have boxes drawn into them. So let's see here. Good, Tunde. Yeah, so I got to meet Patrick, who is one of the main faces over at Caesar. If you have ever watched any of their like training modules or anything, you've probably seen Patrick. So we met this morning just to do a little training. It was really just all about the software today. So I still feel like I don't have much of a handle on like how to, you know, actually load my machine and change the knife settings or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. So there's still some more learning to go, but it was good. It was good. 3, 6. Yeah, I'm sure once I get used to it, it will be smooth sailing, but it's just right now, like there's so much to think about, you know, like, oh, because I'm doing it onto heat transfer vinyl and not just like normal paper, I need to remember to mirror every design so that it prints like backwards and you can peel it and then put it up, you know? I don't know, there just seems, as someone who's never done anything like that before, there's a lot of just like little things to remember, you know? But yeah, I'm sure as soon as I get into the swing of using it like on a daily basis, it's going to be no problem. Hey Emily, we are working on November, the favorite moments page for November. So I can show you. Yesterday we did November as like a tutorial style spread. So we did the lettering tutorial, the little bear doodle, the gingham background, everything. And then today we're working on the other pages in November. I'm gonna do another pink one. So yeah, I'm right now just drawing a bunch of boxes for her memories this month and highlights. And then I'm gonna fill some of them in with like a solid fill, some with a pattern, whatever. For her to dump down some memories. Yeah, Tunde, and now I'm just trying to decide like what kinds of options I want to give, you know, like, so I was thinking like, you know, just kind of a plain design or like a little doodle, like a butterfly or something, and then their name underneath, you know, where most journals have a design. but I know that Coco and Lynn do a similar thing, and so I wouldn't want to be like copying them. I'm like, that's just the default way to do journal customization. I'm sure there's other people who do it too. It's like part of me wants to find something a little bit more original that I can do for customization, like stacked calligraphy somewhere on the cover of the journal or something like that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do as far as like what kind of templates or options people can choose from. Hey, Kristen. Sorry, Shane, which color were you asking about? Sorry, that's not Shane. Shani? Okay. Oh, Shy, no kidding. How are you? Oh, like just in general. I'm using Tombows for this theme. I thought you meant the color. But yeah, all of these ones that I'm using for this theme have all been Tombows. Oh, I guess except this one is a zebra mild liner with a brush tip. They behave very, very similarly, so I like them both. Oh, cool. What did you come up with? Hey Ronnie, how are ya? Thanks for joining today, you guys. Oh, working. Nice. All right, so this is how I'm gonna lay out her boxes for keeping track of memories. And then I'm gonna write favorite moments up in the top here and doodle a little teddy bear down here. So let's get my pink. Oh, congratulations, Shy. That's so precious. That's a great idea. I wish I had done more of that kind of stuff with my kids. Oh, Iris! Good to see you. It must be getting late already for you, hey? Okay. Favorite. And I can't write favorite too chunky because it's a long word that I often would split across the 2 pages, but I did not leave myself that option here. Favorite. Alex, yes, I do make custom bullet journals, start to finish. This is one of them. It's for all of 2026, so it's a 12-month journal for Janelle. So every month is in here. I mean, right now we're in November, so December's not in here yet, but... Oh, well, thanks for checking in, Iris. It's always nice when we actually can make our time zones line up. And Julia, how are you? Did you see I sent your message? Or I sent you a message? Instagram had your message in with like the hidden because of words or something, whatever. How does Instagram word that one? This one got a little bit squished, but you can still tell what it says. Oops, sorry. Okay, let me just finish the pink on the lettering, and then I am happy to flip through all of them for you guys. So I'm just doing a second layer of pink on the bottom of each letter here, just because that's what we did on the cover page. It's one of my favorite ways to kind of spice up the hand lettering a little bit. Took you a while, as I just said, oh, but it's all good. At least we can still read it. Apparently not. That's funny. Yes, these are Tombow markers, Miss Kitty. Okay, let me flip back through here. So Alex, that's a great question because I only open one custom journal at a time, and I just announced this week that I'm opening another one next week. So on Wednesday next week, 4 p.m. EST, exactly. I'll set my timer. I'll be there to turn the listing live so that you guys can have a fair fight. The reason I say that is because, like I said, I open one at a time and they are just on a first come, first serve basis. I don't have a waiting list or do pre-orders or anything like that. So that's next Wednesday, 4 p.m. EST. And so basically, Alex, you can choose what's in it. So I have options, but I'm also very flexible. Like the favorite moments page that Janelle has been doing, that's never been an option on my, you know, on the little form that I send out. So you can really just customize it. You choose the number of months you want, what sorts of different spreads you need each month, what kinds of themes you want, and you can be as general or as specific as you want to be. How much? So I don't avoid the cost question, but it is a little bit complicated to answer because it's going to depend on how many months you choose. First of all, it's going to depend what your currency is. It's going to depend if you're using any discount codes. So it's really hard for me to just give a firm number. But because of the numbers of like the amount of hours put into it, it's going to be hundreds for whatever month type you choose. Obviously, the more months you choose, the more expensive it is. It's a very niche thing. I know if you're not in the world of custom designed planners, that may sound insane. And if you are in the world of hand-drawn artwork, you're probably like, what? You spend over a month on this and keep it in the 3 digits? But yeah, it's the balance, I think, you know, between charging for the work that I do, but also trying to keep it more affordable for how many hours it is. Yes, wink, wink. That sounds about right, Paige. So yeah, and lots of my people are in the US and I'm in Canada, so it's hard for me to just like always mentally convert that. And then also with the different discounts that I offer and stuff, it's like, okay, you know what? Me neither. Plainly, I would never afford a planner like that, but that's why I just taught myself. And that's the other option is I'm on live every single day doing very doable themes. Like these doodles here, incredibly doable. And if you ever ask, oh, Rylee, how did you do that lettering? Or how did you do that doodle style? I'll always show you. Like you can learn how to do it for yourself. So yeah, those are kind of, you know, 2 different options for 2 different sorts of viewers. Some viewers watch because they want a journal completely made for them, and then other people watch because they want to learn how to do it. And then, oh yeah, somebody just mentioned the pre-made journal. It's almost like I forgot about it now that I've actually finished designing it, but let me show you. So I will be offering, it's going to launch in October or November, a pre-made bullet journal. So fully hand-drawn, it will be printed into a physical journal. It's not going to be like a digital download or anything like that. Same quality paper, same style, like covers, customization, the ribbon bookmark customization, all of that. And then it's like a coloring book style planner for you to use. So we've got a ton of fun yearly spreads. Like You get to do a little about me page with like your favorite song, food. You get to like dress up your avatar. Goals for the year, when did I last? Tetris, a bookshelf for your reading, book reviews, movies, playlists, bingo, open pages for you to just use for whatever you want. And then every single monthly theme we chose together on Instagram. So Cozy Cottage was the request for January. And so yeah, like I said, this will be printed into a journal. So left side of the page, right side of the page. Trackers, memories, left side of the weekly spread here. Ooh, right side of the weekly spread right here. Every month is different. All the weekly spreads are a little bit different. February was bows. March was plants, and for lots of the months you get to do your own calligraphy. It's just really light gray so that you can color over it yourself, because I almost never do like big titles in black, and I wanted to try to carry that through to this bullet journal as well. So there's lots of opportunity for you to either practice your own calligraphy or just trace over mine as though you're coloring it in like a coloring book, you know? April, you guys chose this tulips theme. May, pond theme won the vote. And yeah, so there's a bunch of yearly spreads, monthly spreads, weekly spreads, all of that, 224 pages that I hand drew according to your guys's requests on Instagram, basically. So I don't have a physical copy of this one to show to you yet because it's currently in production, but this is one of my favorite months. You get to like trace your own August lettering, and it's just such a full, fun month. But yeah, so the design process is now complete and it's just being printed basically. And then we'll try to launch that later this year. Let me show you the last couple of themes. October, you guys voted for a little cafe theme. So it's as though you're journaling at a cafe. I love this one. I don't like coffee, but I love this theme, like all the little coffee doodles, and like anywhere that there's a spot for notes, it's just like a mini journal that you get to fill in. November, you guys chose a knitting theme, and I want to show you the weekly spreads for November because they're my favorite weeklies in this whole journal. Like left side of the page, right side of the page, and every weekly spread, it stays the same like format wise for the month. But then the doodles always change a little bit. So you're not just coloring the identical page over and over that month. They are all different. And then December, we chose this little baking / gingerbread theme. So anyways, that's the pre-made journal, which is another option that I have. So yes, the custom bullet journals are 100% custom. Like you choose everything, and I spend hours and hours and hours and hours doing it. And so that's why there's a higher price tag here, but I do try to offer as many other kind of tiers as I can. I also have like printables, I have digitals, something for everyone. No, we are just getting started for today, Paige. Aw, Iris. I was just trying to read back in the comments. Oh, Samantha, yes, iPad Air. iPad Air. No, Carbush, no, zero Canva involved in that process. It is 100% hand-drawn. No Canva, no AI, nothing like that. I wish, because it took me months. So Audra, the big thing is using water-based markers, but as long as you're not using alcohol markers, I think that the biggest factor actually is the paper. Like this paper is super thick. It's 160 GSM. So as long as you're not using alcohol markers, focus on paper type. But if you're using alcohol markers, that's the problem. It's very difficult to find a paper that they won't soak through. Here's August. September, we did this leaf theme. Yes, Carbush. I draw them all on my iPad and then export them all as a huge 224 page file and then have them professionally printed. Miss Kitty, oh, here's the favorite moments page from September. It takes me about a month to complete a journal like this, a 12-month custom journal. And Faith, the pre-made one, I'm not 100% sure what the final price is going to land at. I've always been giving the estimate of like 50s USD, but I don't know yet. I'm still figuring out because I just launched this new collection of journals. Well, I soft launched them. The real launch hasn't happened yet, but I'm still figuring out like the different customization options that I'm going to offer and how much I'm going to have to charge for those just based on how much extra time they take me. Because up until now, I've been doing like free custom charms as well as free name pages with every journal order. But as my orders are picking up, I know that I'm going to have to start kind of picking and choosing what things I can continue to offer for free and what things I need to ask for payment for, just simply because of how much more time it takes me. So I'm still figuring out the pricing for all of that, but 50s is my estimate. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of all the questions here. What app do I use to make them? Procreate, Samantha. I've also heard great things about Linear. I thought about trying that one out this year, but I just stuck with Procreate. Yes, Julia, that's so true. You can just use alcohol markers on a different paper. Cosmo Air paper. Oh, I'm not even sure what that is, Juju Lemonade. Medina, yes, girl, I'm from Canada. I absolutely ship there. Okay, October, we just finished this one 2 days ago. And this is the Calico Cat theme. Okay. This is where we're at right now. November. We did this one yesterday as like a draw with me tutorial style live, which is posted to YouTube now. So if you missed it and you want to learn how to draw the teddy bear and do the lettering, you can absolutely find the replay on YouTube. Yes, I do ship to the United States as well. I do ship worldwide. However, it gets expensive for you guys, unfortunately, if you're shipping, you know, further places. Like I've had some people pay to have it shipped to Australia and Japan, and the shipping does get pretty expensive. So it's up to you if that's worth the cost. But yes, I do ship worldwide. So Alex, in a typical bullet journal, you would use that to like plan out your days. So like 2 o'clock, doctor's appointment, and then, you know, feed sourdough starter, wash the cloth diapers. That's what my to-do list looks like every day. But for Janelle, actually, she's decided to use this. Janelle is the client who purchased this custom journal. She's decided to use this as a memory keeping journal. So instead, she is going to just write a little blurb about that day into every spot so that at the end of the year, she has memories from the entire year stored in one place. Oh, I'm not really sure what you mean by that, Miss Kitty Cat, but interesting. You know, Carbash, if anyone else has been affected by the tariffs, like on the, you know, coming into the States, I know they don't make me pay any duties or anything on that, but I haven't heard from any of my recipients lately. As far as I'm aware, the tariffs only affect like more bulk orders, but honestly, I'm not very well versed on the tariffs. Yes, Abby, I did do the tutorial last night, step by step. Aw, thanks, Savannah. You're so sweet. I hope you guys get your journals soon. I know your mom was saying they haven't made it yet. I know, right, Julia? That's such a bummer. I hate that. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, Faye. But again, I'm not super well versed in it. Maybe I should be, but I've just always thought, well, it doesn't seem to be applying to me, so I haven't looked into it. Okay, this is where we're at right now. Oh, and you know what? I'll give you a little bear doodle tutorial right here if you want, because I'm going to draw another bear down there. So let me just finish the lettering, and then if you want to learn how to draw the bear, why don't you grab a few markers? You'll want a light, like tan sort of color. Light tan like I used by the nose, and then a light brown for most of the fur, a slightly darker one I used to kind of outline things, and then I added a bow, but you don't need to. And I am going to do just a condensed version of the tutorial today, since there is already a full version up on YouTube. It just obviously is a replay and not the current live. Oh, Tunde, I don't know if Iris, I think Iris is still here. I saw her not too long ago, but Iris is from Holland. I'm not sure if anyone else here is from Europe though. Yes. Oh yeah, so what I'm using, in case you do have Tombos, I've got 990 for my very light, 992 for my darker, slightly darker, 772 for my darker pink, 800 for my super light pink, and then I was using this Zebra Mild Liner for the little bit of a darker brown. Oh, and this one is N89. Tombow N89. I use it all the time. Yeah, it is. Hey, Iris. I know I got that one from Stationery Pal. But I'm not sure. Like, I know Journal Say never has the individual brush pens for the Zebra Mild Liners, and that's where I get most of my Tombows, but... Okay. I'm just going to add the white gel pen to the letters, give you guys another second to grab your markers if you do want to learn the little teddy bear doodle, and then we'll get into it. No kidding, Paige. It's been a while, hey, since we've seen Maria. Oh yeah, so Butterfly, this is a memory keeping journal for Janelle. So basically for the favorite moments page, she just asked that it be kind of separated to keep track of different fun memories from the month. So I've interpreted that in different ways on different months. So yeah, if she wants to print out pictures and paste them in, she can. If she wants to just, you know, like write a blurb about something fun that they did, she can. It's very flexible because that's what she requested. The more specific your requests, the more specific your page will be, and the more flexible your requests, the more flexible your page will be. Okay, so we're gonna start on the little teddy bear doodle right down here, and I think I'm just gonna do the same little guide that I did over here to do this as a little tutorial for you guys. So starting with the light tan that I have, I'm just gonna make an oval where I want his nose to be. And for the whole bear, I'm not using any like solid strokes. I'm just doing small little curved strokes. So we'll do a little oval that his nose is gonna be in. And then same with coloring in the oval. I'm just using like light kind of curly strokes. I'm not coloring anything solid. Right below the nose there, I'm gonna do a bow. The bow is totally optional, but if you do wanna do it, start with a square, color it in, send out 2 lines that way and close them with a bit of a messy line. And then same thing the other way, 2 lines, close them off, and then downwards, 2 curved lines to that side, 2 curved lines to the other side. Close them, close them. And then I'm just gonna color that whole thing in. Okay, and I always use the same marker, the thinner side in this case, to just kind of darken up the places that would have a bit of a shadow. So right around that center square, I'm just adding an extra layer. And then a couple little lines kind of going outwards into the bow and the remaining strands. Okay, that is the bow. Moving on to the rest of the bear, I'm going to take my light brown, which for me is 992. And next we're going to do the bear's head. So starting around the top of the nose here, I'm just going to draw the curve that I want the bottom of the bear's head to follow. Again, using those curved lines. Good night, Iris. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, go get your rest. That's where I want the top of the head to be, and then I'm going to add some ears. Let's make that one a tiny bit bigger. And I was using my sort of beige color inside the ears as well, just doing some curly lines over there. And now I'm gonna just finish coloring in the top of the face here in that sort of, or the top part of the bear, his head, in that curly style. Okay. So that's the head. We're going to use the same technique with just like those little curved lines to outline all the different parts of the bear. So starting a little bit to the left of the bow and below, I'm going to outline a nice round little belly for the bear. This arm of the bear is going to be kind of tucked behind the belly, so I'm just going to do that for now. Same with this leg of the bear with a little foot coming out from behind the belly in the background. On the other side though, the arm is in the foreground, so I'm going to do the same shape but overlapping with the belly. And then this leg is in the foreground as well, so coming around here, using those curved lines. And I drew little like beige pads on the bottom of the feet, but optional. Okay. And now we're just coloring in that whole little body with our curly coloring technique that we've been using with the light brown. We are going to do a little bit of outlining, not with black. I mean, you can do black if you want to, but I'm going to use a brown. So it will look a little bit less blob-like and gain a little bit of clarity soon, but I know right now it's just kind of gets a little messy, but okay. So that's our bear right now. The two things that I'm going to do yet are add a bit of an outline to everything and then use a black to do the face, like little button eyes, button nose, that kind of thing. I'm going to do that first. So kind of right above the nose, I'm going to do 2 button eyes. And then inside the nose spot, I'm going to do a little oval nose and just a little smile underneath. And then the last step that I'm gonna do on this guy is use the finer tip of a darker brown, not like crazy dark, and I'm gonna use that same sort of curved line style to basically outline all the things that we previously outlined. So the ears, the head, the nose, the arms, legs, all of that we're gonna actually outline for real right now. I love coloring just like straight in with marker like this instead of using a fine liner or something because, you know, if the shape of the arm looks a little wonky, you can just add to it. And then we're going to lock in the shape after this, or after we, you know, kind of got it to the size that we wanted it, which we now do. All right, here's the little belly, the leg. And this leg. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do for my little bear. Nice page. Oh wait, I had hair on the screen. I don't even think I noticed. Although I'm not surprised. Shed like a dog. And it like just gets everywhere. Oh, on my table. Nice. All right, so that is what we're gonna do for our little family moments, favorite moments. Sorry, the name has been changed a couple of times. I feel like I might just add like some little sparkles or something by this guy before moving on. Just to fill this space a little bit. Oh my goodness, Paige. That little guy is such a champ. Okay, so this is how November is looking so far. We have our title page, the single page calendar that Janelle wants, and then our favorite moments. What was I just gonna add? Oh yeah, I've been adding a little tuft of fur in the forehead, which I like. Let's jump into the weekly spreads. So is there anyone who's gonna be following along with the weekly spacing? Because if you are, then I'll talk things through a little slower, but if not, I'll just cruise. Which month are we doing? Okay, so March. What was the weekly layout for March? Oh no, this is the one where I changed it in July. So this is the weekly layout that we're doing. Is anyone wanting to follow along with the spacing, the layout, any of that kind of stuff, or should I just start hustling? Shaylee, honestly, when I think back, I don't really know, like practice. I just would go on Pinterest and find cute like Bible verses and quotes and just like copy until mine looked the same. But okay, I'll mention it then, Paige. And Hope, the notebook that it is, these are the notebooks from my shop, my bullet journals. This is the new collection. The vanilla actually is out of stock now, which is what we used for Janelle's. But these are the ones that I just soft launched earlier this week. I now have done my training with Caesar, so I'm going to get to work on customizing the front covers. And hopefully I get to play around with that a little bit this weekend. We are hosting family, but I feel like it will be fun. You know, like I can even bring my sister-in-law in on it. I think she likes to be crafty. And yeah, hopefully then officially launch the rest of the journals next week. Yes, Miss Kitty Cat, the lives are all recorded and posted to YouTube the following day. All right. I am going to do the spacing here for, yes, July. Yes, Paige, the training did go well. Today was honestly, it was basically just getting to know the software, which was a little bit overwhelming for me as someone who's never used anything remotely like that before. But it was good. And he offered that we could do another training session if I still had questions to clear up. But I think what I'm going to do is just over the weekend, go through some of the tutorials in there. Like they have a design program that has like tutorials built in. So I'm going to go through all of those demos. I'm going to practice stuff like that and then see if I need to meet with him again next week. Okay. Vanessa, girl, help me decide, because currently what I have selected for the pre-made journals, which are going to launch in October or November, is I took a poll from you guys on my stories, and the choice was this brown, this green, a light purple, a butter yellow, and a lavender sort of style. So I had I already said light purple. What was the other one? Oh yeah, a darker blue. What would you call it? I don't think I have any examples. Like it'd be lighter than this, but still like a bit on the deeper side. So those are the 5 that you guys voted for in my Instagram stories, and that's what I submitted to my manufacturer, but they're not at that point in the process yet. So I technically can change my mind, and I've been getting cold feet. I have been heavily leaning towards just going with these same 4 journals because I just love them. I feel like they look so nice together, but they're also each so different. You know, like the person who wants a fun coral journal isn't necessarily the same person who wants like a cozy brown journal, you know, like they look good together, but they also fit different people. So I'm kind of tempted to just stick with the exact same colors. Need a purple in there, butter yellow. Yeah, I am having a very hard time deciding, but I need to lock that in by next week. Anyways, let me do the spacing here and then we can chat more if you guys would like about that. But I'm just gonna make sure I know what the spacing is here. 6.5. Yes. Okay. So if anyone is wanting to create a weekly page, kind of like this one here, I'll walk you through the spacing. And I always like to have a ruler with millimeters. I don't use rulers for lines, but I do use them for spacing. So the first thing that I'm gonna do, I always start one dot grid down. I never have anything go fully up to the top. But basically, I'm gonna use a very light gray. This is N89. I just mark at 0, 6, so 12 dots if you don't have a ruler, 12, another 12 dots. Again, for those of you who don't have a ruler, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. 0, 6, 12. And how many weeks do I need for this one? Okay, still 4. Oh yeah, no worries, Paige. I have a million things on my mind. So I think about it when I'm here in live talking to you, and then I walk out the door and a million other things come in my mind. Timothy, there are not pre-made journals right now. Those will be launching in October to November. Yes, and they are undated. All right, so 0, 6, 12. So Miss Kitty Cat, there are 8 blank pages out of 224. So 216 of them are decorated. However, some of the 216 just have like borders that match. So one page every month just has a border that matches with the theme, and then you can put your own page in there, but you don't have to worry about doing the doodles, you know? So one page every month is just bordered, and then in the yearly spreads, there are 8 blank pages. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, so I did do 4, but I only did that side. That's confusing. 0, 6, 12. So how we're gonna do this, if you are, oh, sorry guys, I'm getting way ahead of myself. For the spacing, horizontally, I'm gonna just mark at the middle of the page here, which is 6.5 centimeters or 13 dots if you don't have a centimeter ruler. And this part is gonna have the title, so I'm not gonna bother spacing up here. I'm gonna put that dot where the top dot over here is. The one that I marked at 6 centimeters, that's what I'm gonna line my ruler up with to mark on that side. Oh, Sahara, I don't right now. Right now, everything is sold out, only because I'm working on revamping my customization options. I have tons of stock of these, but I cannot get ahead of myself and actually list them until my customization options are locked in. So that's what the soft launch earlier this week was for, and that is how I'm going to be spending my weekend. So I will have empty journals listed on Etsy sometime next week, and pre-made journals listed on Etsy in November. Maria, I got this one from Mr. Penn. You can get them for like, I don't know, $1, $2, Amazon, Walmart. Well, I guess actually in the States it might be more difficult. I'm in Canada, so everything has centimeters on it, but yeah, just even like AliExpress or probably Temu or something would have very cheap little rulers like that. Okay, so this is what our weekly spread is going to look like if you guys are following along at all. So the next thing I'm gonna do is add all of these lines for the days, and that's what our marker spacing was for. So we're gonna draw a line where we did the 6 dot and the 12 dot on our ruler. And then we wanna leave a space beside that center dot. So yeah, you can still see where it is on this page. And that's what we wanna do over here. So I'm just gonna start, actually I'm not gonna do my darker pink because I know that that's what I'm gonna use for the lettering right up here. So I don't want it to be right side by side. So I'm gonna do that. And then how many colors do I wanna rotate through? Maybe just 3. Okay, so 1, let me double check July. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that worked out well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then I'm lining up here with this dot. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, that lined up. Perfect. And my 2 browns are always side by side. Maybe I'll put this one over here just so that they're not always side by side. Yeah, that works. Oh yeah, dollar store and Walmart for sure. Good thinking, Paige. Yeah, setting up is hard. I know. I hate making mistakes too, but I do it a lot, so kind of used to it. Let's do this one down here. Mama Alice, so first of all, if your starting point is alcohol markers, you will have trouble with bleed through. That's just how they behave. But if you are using water-based markers, brush pens, Crayola markers, anything like that, it's really on the paper. Like this is super thick. It's 160 GSM, so I can usually get away. Let me show you the marker test that I did. I chose a pretty pigmented marker. This is 6 layers of that marker, and there is no bleed through. You can see it through the page if there's light shining from behind, but there's no bleed through. And that's just on having good quality, thick paper. Yeah, that was my marker test. As soon as I got my new order of all these journals in, I wanted to make sure that nothing had changed with the paper quality, so I tested like 6 layers of marker in my old one, 6 layers in my new one, and yeah, they held up equally well. Nice, Andrea. I mean, I'm working too, technically. So, coworkers. Yes, Mackenzie, we are just working on the weekly spreads for November. Okay, I'm gonna do stamping next. Stamping in the days of the week. Oh, yes. So these stamps, these are my handwriting. I partnered with Contact Crafts, which I was actually just going to say. Talking with Contact Crafts, I have started work on the next collection of stamps. The next collection we're going to do is going to be the same font, but with more common words that you use in a journal, like habits, mood, tasks, shopping list, you know, that kind of stuff. We're going to do that. We're going to do a set of alphabet stamps as well as a calendar stamp set where you can they're like blocks that click together so you can arrange the calendar in the right format for that month. Same with the letter ones, they all click together. They're peg style stamps, so you can click together the letters to spell your word and then stamp the whole word at once. So that's what we're working on right now. Words, letters, calendar, and then possibly moving on to some like doodly stamp sets as well after that. But I'm always very open for feedback on what kinds of stamp sets we do. Like for example, right now with the alphabet, I did just like a normal, like cute printed font, because the thing that's tough with doing, like, it doesn't really work to do a calligraphy alphabet set because the lines, you know, like the line connecting from one letter to the next wouldn't really match up all the way. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a workaround, but yes, Danielle, that's exactly what you do. You just peel them off and stick them onto the blocks. Yes, dates as well. And so other ideas that I have are doing like, so right now this was the first collection that we ever worked on together. And this was the only size of stamp block they have, which is actually way too big for these words. I have, I don't see any sitting around, but my months of the year stamps, those words fill the whole thing. So it's a good size, but they do have a smaller size now that we'll be using for the next release of the days of the week. And now they basically said, like, you can choose whatever size you want. So part of me wants to do like, you know, like a 1 inch by 1 inch stamp and have the like numbers that you could, you know, just color onto them instead of ink pad. Or if you have colored ink pads, and then use those to date your journals. I've also thought about doing like, yeah, I don't know, a 3 inch by 4 inch stamp and doing stacked calligraphy for the months, something like that. But again, too many ideas, and I just need to choose something and lock in and just do it, because I have way too many plans. But yeah, if you guys have any feedback on what kind of stamps would be helpful, the days of the week ones are my favorite to use. They save me so much time in custom bullet journals. But if there are other ideas that you guys have, I'm very open to that. Ooh, I'm gonna color that in with marker, because it got kind of flaky on me there. There we go. Sorry, Mackenzie, these are also sold out. Literally everything, unless you want a digital bullet journal. Everything else is sold out at the moment. My stamps, my pre-made journals, my empty journals. Yes, the calendar one is in the works. Calendar one, I have already done the design part of it, but I just am trying to design all the other things that I want to do before we actually start production. Aw, only gonna get 30 minutes. Poor guy. Did I miss a Thursday? I thought I missed a Thursday, but then I was like hunting for a Thursday and I didn't see it. Oh, I did. There it is. That's funny. I flipped through all 3 other pages and I was like, oh, I guess I'm just going crazy because I didn't actually miss a Thursday, but there it is. Thank you, Laura. All right, Sunday. Wow, okay. He's 3, right? I feel like he's the similar age to my oldest, and he is a nap master. I am so thankful. I would get no work done if he did not nap as well as he does. Okay, so the first Monday, oh, Paige, you were asking about favorite moments. We did that one right here. First Monday is the 2nd. Okay, yeah. Same as my little guy. Yeah, my son, I put him down definitely later than I should, but it's because I want his nap to line up with my 1-year-old so that I actually have like a work block in the afternoon, which is what I'm doing right now. But anyway, so I only put him down around like 2 or 2:15, and then, is this right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we let him sleep till like 4:30. And then when we put him to bed at 7:30 or 8, he just stays awake and plays happily in his crib until like 9:30. But I feel like it has taught him such good independent play skills. Like, he's just always been good at that. Like, he'll just be singing songs, talking, like he's got all these imaginary characters that he likes to play, like Joe, the guy next door who drives a motorbike. He'll just be like talking away as all his favorite characters. It's very precious. Thanks for joining, Emily. I will do a November flip through in a sec. Let me finish my numbering so that I don't get off track, and then we can do that. 16, 17. All right. Oh, this is the Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip. And I have so many of those here right now. I really need to launch my journal kits because I have just oodles of journal supplies that I bought when I was designing the kits and then just got completely consumed by the pre-made journal. But now that that is off to production, I really need to launch those because I'm just surrounded by boxes and boxes of stationery. Okay. Dates are in. Let's write November up here and then figure out exactly how we want to use this space. Whew. It is warm down here today. My workspace is in the basement, which is usually pretty cool, but it is so humid today. Like, it's stormed all night. And so I'm just feeling like sticky. Oh yeah, flip through. So there's not a whole lot to flip through yet for November because the only pages that we've finished are this one. We did this title page on yesterday's live as a tutorial. So you can check that out if you're interested. The single page calendar with a spot for notes, and then the favorite moments page we just did at the beginning of our live today. Thanks, Paige. Yes, Christy, I do plan to restock those. However, yeah, so the company that I make them with, I guess, they reached out to me years ago. We did this first collection. Anyways, they are just waiting until we're ready with a next collection, and then they're going to do a big production run instead of, you know, just producing these and then producing the new collection when it's time. So I'm not exactly sure what that looks like because that's not my wheelhouse, but hopefully soon. they'll be ready to do that. Okay, I'm trying to decide here if I want to do November or just write November normally and fit it in here. You know, like, do I want to... There's not a ton of room for stacking, but there is enough room to stack that. It's the same amount of room as we had here. Oh no, I guess 1 dot less. We did it the first thing today. Paige, we did this. You may not have been on yet. I'm trying to remember. But that was the very first thing on live today. Or, trying to decide here. Would it be weird to do November in like big juicy calligraphy down here and then have just the gingham print with a little bear up here? Because every month we've been doing, I'll show you how we did. So in July, we did July, and then this is meant to be like a spot for highlights or a Bible verse, something like that. Just really open-ended. So we could flip that for November and do November over here in really bulky lettering, and then use this spot to just do kind of the, I don't know, maybe a gingham box with a little teddy bear or something like that. Thing is, usually if I'm gonna do a month sideways, I always put it over here. So it feels backwards in my head, but I feel like it wouldn't be wrong, you know? What do we think? I just gotta text my dad. He just asked if he could come see the boys, but they are sleeping. And I don't want him popping up while I'm down here working. I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world, but I just would have to run upstairs to unlock it for him. Okay. iPad texting is so annoying. You like the sideways? Like the sideways? Okay. Well, you don't need to tell me twice. I will do the sideways thing because that sounds the most fun to me. Lettering is my favorite part, so the more space I get to use for just lettering and not having to think of doodles, the better. That's the selfish answer. All right, so let's do some nice big... All right, and we're gonna do all the lettering and then come back to do the dress it up a little bit afterwards. But let's just start by doing all of the lettering. Okay, and then I'm gonna pick a dot on the page and just give everything a second layer up until that dot. Same marker, just adding a little bit of extra ink to darken it up. Okay, there we go. Hey, Freedom. They're gonna come tomorrow. So it's like a full day trip, so they'll leave in the morning and get here around supper time. Ashley, these are Tombow dual tip brush pens. That's what I'm using mostly for this month. For our little teddy bear theme. All right, I'm gonna add the drop shadow to all of these letters. Tiff, these days I aim for 1 journal a month. That's my goal. But that said, the only time I work on it, like I literally do not touch the journal when I'm not on live. So that is 1 month of working on it, roughly 2 hours a day, Monday to Thursday. Hey, Caitlin. Welcome here. And Grace. So you're supposed to pretend that you have like a light source and everything, you know, just like with adding any shadow, anything that wouldn't be hit by the light source will have a shadow. So I never think about it that way. I guess I pretend my light source is here any stroke, for every stroke, sorry, I'll just do a shadow on the right side bottom, if that makes sense. But I see creators all the time who do it completely opposite, like on the right side and the top, or sorry, left side and the top, or left side bottom. Like, you can do whatever you want. You just kind of pick something. Pick a light source. Yeah, I know. Hey, Freedom, that's crazy. And I haven't done the yearly spreads yet. So also at the beginning of the journal, she hadn't yet chosen what sort of layout she wanted for her favorite moments page. So we're going to do December, then we're going to do yearly spreads, then we're going to catch up on favorite moments pages for, pretty sure that was just January, February, March we need to do that, but still they'll each be using, you know, different colors, different layouts. So that will probably be an extra live there, but yeah, we're getting very close to the end of this journal. We don't, Freedom. We get to choose that one. I know, Amanda. It's always like such mixed feelings because it's like I've worked on it so hard, don't want to let it go, but then at the same time it's like, okay, I'm kind of getting sick of looking at the same journal every day, you know? Because I flip through it like many times every time I go live. So it's like, okay, I'm tired of saying the same script. For February, we got to choose a theme and we chose chocolate covered strawberries, you know? So it's always a little bit hard to give them away, but also I'm like, okay, I'm ready for something fresh. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Do you bullet journal or have crafty hobbies of any sort? Yes, Cadence. There's not much to flip through yet because the weekly spreads make up the bulk of the month and they are not done. But we did this as a like tutorial draw with me style of live yesterday. So if you want to learn how to doodle this bear and do the lettering and the gingham and everything, you can find the replay on YouTube. Yeah, so title, her little calendar page, and then Janelle wants this favorite moments page. So we just did some boxes that she can, you know, paste in a little picture, write down a memory, a quote, a highlight of the month, whatever. And then right now we're working on the weekly spreads, which we're almost done with this lettering here. I just want to add the white gel pen and then we got to figure out what to do up here. If we want to do, I'm thinking maybe like gingham, either light pink gingham box with a little teddy bear or light like beige gingham box with bows on it, or we flip-flop for each week, you know? What do you guys think? Before the favorite moments, she had family worship pages. Because that's what so for a little bit of context, Janelle ordered a journal from me just a couple of months ago. That was just for July to December of this year. And so that one had a family worship section that she thought she would really use. And so when she placed this order in July, she hadn't really used her journal from me yet for the second half of this year. But as she got into it, like a few weeks into July, she messaged me and was like, actually, can we do a favorite moments page instead? I haven't been using the family worship spread the way I thought. Okay, flip-flop. Cool. And very cool, Ashley. Like journaling in your Bible. I have like a bullet journal that I use for my like devotions and stuff, but I don't have a good Bible for actually like journaling in it. I was dumb because now I did white gel pen on this page, but I can't flip to do it on the next ones yet because I need that to dry. So we're gonna start on the top right corner here. So let's just do a little teddy bear somewhere over here, and then pink. Or you know what, just because it's easier, let's do a bow and then the beige plaid, and then we'll flip-flop the other week. Oh, cool, Ashley. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a little bow up in this corner. And maybe another one down here. And then let's add the sort of gingham. I'm just gonna start by doing a border. And this is a box for Janelle to write down like a Bible verse for the week, a highlight of the week, something like that. She asked for just basically the daily boxes where she can write down what happens each day, since she's using this for memory keeping rather than for planning. And then the rest of the journal, basically, she just wanted it to be flexible and have plenty of space to record memories. So that's what this is. There we go. Oh, sorry, you guys, I was out of frame. Okay, so we've got that. This white gel pen is dry, and I'm going to start flipping the other way now so that I don't make that mistake all the time, so that I can just finish up the white gel pen and then move on to those memory boxes or open boxes. And yesterday was slow because we did it all tutorial style, but today we are making great time. Like, we might even have time to start December. Okay, so we did the tan gingham on this page. So now we're gonna doodle a teddy bear and then do light pink gingham on this page. And I'm thinking I might just put a little teddy bear head in the corner with like a bow, like bows on the ears or something. Would that be dumb? Now I'm realizing, why would I? But I could. Let's draw the teddy bear's little oval mouth area. And the... Sounds cute. Okay. We'll just put like two little bows like up on the teddy's ears, you know? Just small ones. Like little pigtails. Oh, thank you, Susie. I'm glad you like it. Do you do any sort of bullet journaling or artsy hobbies, planning, anything like that? Oh, cool. What type of planner do you like to use? Do you have like a, I know some people are like, only Hobonichi, only Happy Planner. All right, there's our little bear friend over here. Let's add the gingham. Hey, Sienna. Oh, thank you, Susie. Fun, Deanna. All right, so we're alternating this upper corner. So pink bows with the tan gingham to tan bear with the pink gingham. And now we are back on this page to pink bows, tan gingham. Let's do, maybe for this one, I'll just do one bow at the top and then make the strings of it, or the ribbon ends, kind of wrap around the top a little bit more. Thanks, Lexi. Oh, hemlock and oak. Those ones are so gorgeous. I never get them because I just use a bullet journal, but I follow them on Instagram. Erasable pens. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, mistakes are just part of learning. I still make a lot of mistakes in my bullet journal, but I just go for it. Ooh, Lexi Brooke. I don't know that one. Blue Noser, they are in production. Oh, Miss Kitty Cat, that's so funny. I thought you were saying like the name of a planner. She was like, oh, I have hemlock and oak. And I was like, oh, Lexi Brooke. What kind of planner is that? Yeah, Blue Nose the designs are done. So my heavy lifting is done for the time being, other than, you know, just making some final choices on colors and packaging types and all of that kind of stuff. But the design work is fully complete. They are in production as we speak. But done? No. They will be in production for a few more weeks yet. Aw, Keelan, that's so sweet. That's how I actually started with custom bullet journals. Well, I knew that I wanted to sell them. So I made one for my mom, one for my sister, and one for my best friend as like trial journals. So those were like my first 3 custom bullet journal flip throughs that I posted to YouTube. And like, that's still where all the photos for that bullet journal listing are still from like my very first ones. Okay, is this page done? Yes, it is. But anyways, no, these are not alcohol markers. These are water-based markers. Alcohol markers, unfortunately, are not great for bullet journaling because they just bleed through, even if you have super thick paper. So yeah, water-based markers is definitely the way to go if you're interested in bullet journaling. Oh, am I gonna add any bow to this guy? Forgot about that. Maybe not. It's gonna be on pink gingham anyway. It's not like we're lacking for pink. Aw, that's such a great idea, Anna. Okay, sorry, what was Miss Kitty Cat? Oh, I see, Miss Kitty Cat. Okay, Lexi on the live. Thanks, Sienna. Yes, the dotted pages are amazing for drawing straight lines. Oh, Anna, you're doing like colors, charms, themes, everything. Wow, that's intense. That sounds awesome. Okay. Prices for customs, yes, you can ask. It's unfortunately not the most straightforward answer, but I'm not trying to dodge it. The price is going to depend. The biggest factor is how many months you order. Other factors include where you're from, like what currency you're using, as well as if you use any discount codes or anything like that. So hundreds is a ballpark, a very vague ballpark. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that is the ballpark. Brand and markers, I use a variety. For this theme, I'm using majority Tombow and 1 Zebra Mildliner brush pen. Oh, Anna, I see. I thought you were saying you were like setting up all of that stuff on your own, like getting charms and like custom logos and everything. I was like, wow, nice operation. It took me years of bullet journaling to try any of that. But cool. Okay, if you want to place a bulk order or like a larger order, I'm trying to figure out, I want to migrate my stuff to Shopify because the rates are so much. Well, I mean, it's a fixed monthly rate, but like Etsy, you don't pay a monthly rate, but they just gouge you in fees. But anyways, who cares? Okay, this is our last page in this month. So how about we take some November theme ideas? Or sorry, December theme ideas. What kind of theme do you guys want to see for December? I'm trying to... I don't think Janelle made any specific requests. I know she doesn't specifically, like she didn't specifically ask for a Christmas one, but I think she'd be okay with it. I know she celebrates Christmas. I just don't know if she would, you know, choose a Christmas theme. Snowflakes, winter, sugar cookie, ice skating, coffee and cookies, sugar cookies. We haven't done any coffee themes in this journal yet. I know she likes coffee themes. Okay, let me flip through what we have in this journal. For those of you who haven't seen all of it, while you guys give some suggestions here. And a quick sip of tea. Okay, so for January, we did this little ski lodge theme. These are the weeklies. February, we did a chocolate covered strawberries theme with a Dutch door. And these are the weeklies. March, she requested a sushi theme. Yeah, there are already Christmas trees or like pine trees in January. Yeah, sushi theme. These are the weekly spreads. April, we did this little mango theme with another Dutch door. And these are the weeklies that we did for her. May, we did a sea turtles theme. She requested a Hawaiian theme, and this is what we came up with. Sea turtles with Hawaiian doodles on them. And these are the weekly spreads. For June, we did a bees and lavender theme for her. And these are the weekly spreads that we did. And then for July, we did this little beach flat lay theme. The prompt here was summer vacation, and we got to kind of take that in whatever direction we wanted. So this is where she actually like locked in the monthly pages that she wants. So every month has a title page, a single page calendar. She's not using it for planning, so she didn't need a lot of planning space. She's using it for memory keeping. So the main focal kind of monthly page is the favorite moments spread, where she can write down things that happen in the month, paste in pictures, whatever. And then these are the weekly spreads for July, which is the same layout we just used for November because we've been cycling through. For August, we did a farmer's market theme. And these are the weeklies that we did for August. September, we did a fall leaves theme. And I love how the favorite moments spread came out in September. And then this was the weekly layout that we did for September. And then October, we did a calico cat theme. That was Janelle's request. And these are the weeklies. May, so it's an A5 size journal. So it's just about like 15 centimeters by 20 centimeters. Not even, unfortunately. They make the measurements, you know, just awkwardly off, but A5. November, we did yesterday. This whole cover page was a step-by-step tutorial on my YouTube channel. If you would like to doodle along with us. And yeah, so we did the title page, calendar page, favorite moments page for November. And then these are the weeklies that we just finished. So November, little spot for her to write like a highlight of the week or a quote, a verse, something like that. And then she's going to write in each of the days. And that is where we're at right now. Wow, December. Okay, let me look through some of your December theme suggestions and take another sip of tea. Another thing, for those of you who are new, Janelle, who is the client who ordered this journal, she does not like bright colors. She likes very soft colors. So she loves pastel, pinks, yellows, blues, and then very like muted and earthy greens, oranges, and browns are kind of the color styles that she likes. So as you're suggesting themes and as we're making decisions, just try to think about this as Janelle, because this is her journal that we're working on. And she has given us a lot of freedom to choose lots of themes. Okay. Hot chocolate, gingerbread. Snowflakes, hot chocolate, hot chocolate. Okay, lots of hot chocolate themes. I feel like a hot chocolate theme, I would almost rather just do a coffee theme, because then I can also do coffee beans. I can also do like bags of coffee beans. You know, I feel like hot chocolate, it would be just a mug of hot chocolate. Or what are you guys picturing for hot chocolate? Because for me, that's all I see. Candy theme, candy theme. Nativity. Yeah, but I don't really do people, if I can help it. I don't know anything about drawing people. Proportions, different like positions and stuff. Completely lost on me. Oh, mittens. That's so cute. I love doing little mittens themes. Christmas baking. Fireplace. Okay, also marshmallows, chocolate bars, candy canes, that kind of stuff. That's true. We haven't done any sort of pegboard style theme in this one. 5x7. So here's my inch ruler, May. So it's like 5.5 by 8-ish. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on all of the comments here. The cozy theme we did in Summer's journal. All I can think of is the December gingerbread theme. What cozy theme did we do in Summer's bullet journal? Because for November we did the cameras. Oh, like, was that January? Was that in Summer's journal? I'm not gonna do anything, cabins, Christmas trees, anything like that, because for January, we already included some of those elements. We did this little ski lodge cabin style thing, Christmas trees with snow on them. I'm not gonna do those same doodles again. We wanna be a little bit more original. Bookstore with coffee or hot cocoa. Someone asked, did we finish October? Yes, we did. These are the weekly spreads that we did for October. Favorite moments, title page. Oh, November, yes. We did finish that also. November, favorite moments, and weekly spreads. Yeah, okay, yeah, I do remember that page. I know, the journals are getting mixed up in my head now. Warm drink flat. Oh, like the little, we could do the little sort of cafe style one that I did in the pre-made journal for October. Like, this is what I did for October in the pre-made journal. We wouldn't need to do it exactly the same, but it would include some of the cozy things that you guys have mentioned, like a warm drink. I've got a croissant here, or we could do cookies or something. A journal. Some of you guys have mentioned a book. So I feel like it does include a few of those things. Stockings and mittens. Yeah, I remember that one page for sure. I cannot actually, for the life of me, remember if that was Summer or someone else. Oh, Kaylee, sorry. Maybe 20 or 30 more minutes. Maybe a little bit more if I get carried away. Okay, well, you guys, I am not minding these ideas at all. Does anyone have an idea that's not Christmas and hot chocolate? Not that there's anything wrong with Christmas and hot chocolate, but I want to have a little bit more variety to choose from. Aw, where were these when we were looking for teddy bear inspiration? I'm saving that to my bullet journal board. Ooh, and that's cute too. Anyways, speaking of bullet journal board, I'm gonna go look for some theme inspiration on here, because I just want to. So I'm looking for theme inspiration first, not layout inspiration. And I can't really see your guys' comments when I'm doing this, unfortunately. So yeah. Ooh, like a breakfast theme, like a morning theme. Wouldn't that be cute? Like little folded up pajamas, little slippers. I feel like this could make a cute theme. I'm gonna screenshot that. I mean, obviously I feel like it could make a cute theme. That's exactly why I saved it to my Pinterest board. Let's see here. I'll look at ideas actually. I know this isn't really Christmassy at all, but like a blueberry theme. I love blueberry themes, and we haven't really used much blue in here. We did use blue in July for the beach one. Oh yeah, and we have a very subtle blue with the turtles, but no blue in June. July, like I said, we did use quite a bit of blue. August, we did use this soft blue. Okay, so we've used a little bit more blue than I thought, but blueberries are just such a cute little doodle to do. But anyways, let's see what else we can come up with. We haven't done any ocean animal themes in any of Janelle's journals that we've done lately, and I love doing ocean themes. Oh no, that's totally not true. Sea turtles. Yikes. So never mind, we did do one. Let me think here. Like, how cute is that little whale? Little whale theme. Actually, I want to see if there's more ones that I like. Okay. This is just giving me so many teddy bear ideas because that's the last thing I was searching for the November theme. We haven't done any flower themes, have we? No, we haven't. Something floral could be good. Okay, I feel like I need to come back into TikTok because I have no idea what you guys are thinking at the moment. Night sky constellations. Oh yeah, we did do lavender. Hardly a flower. Just kidding, it is a flower, but you don't draw it like a flower, you know, you just draw it. Art supplies, team Christmas brunch. Penguins, that's fun. Desserts. We did Disney desserts for December in her 2025 bullet journal. So I'm not going to do a desserts theme for this one. Or at least not the same type of desserts. Lamb's Christmas brunch. Snowflakes are blue. That is true. Make a good point. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to catch up on comments here. Morning tea and pajamas. Oh boy. The more I scroll, the more new comments there are, and I'm getting lost. Low life, said both. Who's low life? That's hilarious. Oh man. Now I have too many ideas. Well, that's true. We did do the flowers for the Hawaiian month. Okay. Oh boy. We've got too many options here. Sardines. Okay, so let's come up with a poll here. 4 options. How to narrow it down to 4 options. So the ones that I just took pictures of was something like this, like cafe. I feel like we could do a similar thing and call it Christmas brunch. Well, you probably wouldn't have your journal in front of you at Christmas brunch, but we could do something like this. This little like morning, I don't know what to call this theme that I took a picture of. Blueberries, whales. How shall we narrow it down? Because I want to get it down to 4 options, and you guys have been giving a lot of ideas. Lots of them have been surrounding hot chocolate. Quite a few surrounding penguins. Let me see here. Oh, Paige, I'm not quite ready for a poll yet. Knitting, also very cute. Okay. We just got to take a poll here. So let's... Okay, Paige. Start the timer to put some pressure on me. We're going to have a 4-option poll for 2 minutes. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so option number 1, we'll look for a layout. We don't need to do this same layout, but so many of you guys said hot chocolate. So many of you guys said different desserts. If we're going to do one of those, we're going to combine them. I'm not going to do just a hot chocolate theme because we may as well pair it with something, you know? So option 1 is warm drinks and cozy food. That's option 1. We'll lay it out differently if you guys want to, whatever. Option 1. Option 2 is going to be a morning theme. So like making toast, slippers, jammies, tea. So also very cozy, but not in the same way. I'm trying to decide which 2 of these to get rid of, because I want to put penguins as one. And okay, let's keep blueberries. Option 3, blueberries. Yeah, blueberries are so cute. They wouldn't look anything like this. This was just a placeholder. And then option 4, let's do whales/penguins, because they're both black and white animals. We could even mix them together. It could be cute. Okay. 1, some sort of hot chocolate and desserts. 2, little morning theme here. Get ready with me kind of deal. 3, blueberries that look nothing like this. 4, whales, penguins, something like that. Aquatic, wintry animals. Let's do those 4 options. And thank you guys for all the ideas. So many great ones, but it is just so hard to choose, especially when the comments, you know, just keep like scrolling and scrolling. I feel like there's probably so many good ones that you guys suggested that just kind of slipped through the cracks for me. The poll is right underneath my name. You should see a little clipboard icon. It's blue. Click on that and put your vote in there in the next 10 seconds, because that's how it gets counted in the official poll. Oh, Liz, let me show you. They turned out like this. We did November on the side and then a little open box for like a highlight or a verse or something like that. Okay. Option 2. Was that the pajama one? I think it was. Ooh, challenge accepted. Okay, the question though that I have is, do we want to stick with pink? Because we just did a very pink heavy month. You know, it would end up being pretty much identical color palettes because we would have like probably a soft brown for like toast crust and a light pink for the pajamas. We could actually bring the blueberry thing in and do light blue jammies, toast with blueberry jam, you know, like blues. Blues, greens, browns. Okay. So let's find a blue that we like and then we can choose to pair it with either a purple or a green. But I'm going to start by choosing the blue that we like. So let me get some colors here. And again, you got to put yourself into Janelle's head here because that's who this journal is for. She does not like bright colors. She likes pastels, muted, earthy colors, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're choosing right now, is a color palette that Janelle would like for this kind of morning pajama theme. I don't, OG Nan Annie. I've never tried Copic markers. What kind even are they? Are they water-based? I think that might be all the blues. Oh no, I'll offer this gray blue as well. This, I feel like beside all of the blues, that looks very gray, but just for reference, in case you do like that one and want to vote for it, that's the blue that we used for August. So it is really riding the line between gray and blue, but I would call it blue. So anyways, that's option 4. It just looks so gray next to all the other blues that I didn't want you guys to be turned off from it for no reason. So Janelle, muted, soft, pastel. Yes, Angela, I do have periwinkle. I was just going to save that for the purple options. I will swatch a periwinkle once we choose our blue, then we'll choose either a green or a purple to go with it. And again, put your votes up in the poll underneath my name. So you should see a little blue and white clipboard with a countdown on it. Click there and then put in your vote. Otherwise it won't get counted. Oh yes, I have Shy. I got the pack of 90 acrylic markers from Artex. They are so pigmented. They're beautiful for people who like bright colors and just draw one page at a time. For me, I never really use acrylic markers very much because I just draw quickly on a page, flip it over and do the same thing on the next page. And then it just like squishes what I did underneath if it's written in paint effectively, you know? But they're very fun. Number 1. Okay, cool. I do like number 1. The only thing that I despise about number 1 is that it's a chisel tip. So if we want to do any bulky calligraphy, this is not the marker for it, but we'll work around that. We always do. Okay, next, let me swatch 2 purples or 3. Maybe I'll do 2 purples, 2 greens. And then this vote will choose our, yeah, like kind of the accent color that we want to pair with it. So purple or green. Okay, so again, keeping in mind, you're Janelle. You like soft pastel and earthy colors. So let's swatch some options here. Number 1, and we're trying to pair with this blue here. That's a very pinky purple, but I wanted to give a little bit of variety. So again, pairing with this blue here, we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4. and we're doing a pajama type theme. The book that I am using is one of the bullet journals from my shop. So it's got 192 pages. They're 160 GSM, super thick, stark white dot grid paper, everything that I personally look for in a bullet journal. Okay, so choose a color that you like paired with blue number 1 for a cozy pajamas morning routine type of theme. Yes, I do love blue number 2, Sherry. I totally agree. If you could put your votes up in the poll again, little blue and white clipboard right underneath my name, tap that and then put your vote. No, we're gonna do purple or green, I think. I feel like the lighting is doing green number 3 dirty. It's such a pretty green, but it looks very washed out and just kind of pukish. Number 1 by a landslide. Okay. Then blue and purple it is. Yeah, 3 also isn't a brush tip. That's true. These are the same type. Okay, now I gotta decide because the picture that we're using for inspiration, everything is outlined, but in like a very soft, like pencil crayon look with like, well, I'll just show it to you. You know, it's got like a pencil crayon looking outline in like a brown, not like a harsh black outline. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do for my outline because it's going to need an outline, like the layers of pajamas and stuff like that are going to need outlines. I'm just trying to decide how to do that. Jess Auerbach, I store them in yogurt containers. I used to have my yogurt containers standing up in a cardboard stand that I made, but they kept sliding, the tombos kept sliding out. So now they're just on one of those little carts from IKEA. Not the greatest marker storage. I would love to upgrade, but I just never think of it. Do a brown outline. I'm trying to think. The only problem is, so I don't have any other colored fine liners. And when I did use like the OBUJO huge pack of markers that I have, they do have the dual tip that is like a colored fine liner, but they soaked through the page when I used it that was Summer's bullet journal, August in Summer's bullet journal. So I'm trying to think of what I could do to avoid that. Let's see. I don't want it to be too colored, but I need it to be thin and not like a tombow end, you know? Maybe I'm hesitant to outline in blue because not all of the things will be blue, you know? Some are probably going to be like tan. Like I feel like brown is the color that I'm most comfortable with outlining in other than black. Well, I hate outlining in black, so I shouldn't even say that's my most comfortable one, but what about this brown? I don't have colored pencils. Maybe this brown. I don't have a 005 brown, unfortunately. I don't have any good fine liners at the moment. Just a couple of cheap ones from like 5 years ago. I know, Stevie, but just I'm picturing the toast. What will the toast do if it's outlined in gray? If we do the toast. You know? That poor toast would look hilarious outlined in like a bluish gray. But I know that like the 2 colors that we picked are cool tones, but for some reason, brown is just safer to me even for that. But maybe I'm just biased because I really like warm tones. Okay, well, you know what? I think I might just start with the color and then figure out the outline situation later. Blueberry pancake instead, but then still the pancake. Tough. All right, but let's just start with something. I think for now, I'm just gonna outline things in this light gray, like things that I'm not just gonna color solid. I'll outline in light gray and then we can figure out what we wanna do with them afterwards. What kind of font should I use for, maybe I should just find a layout to use on Pinterest. Sorry, you guys, a lot of Pinterest time when it comes to choosing a theme, but then we will put the pen on the paper and go. I'm just looking now for like layout, like how we want to position things on the page. Pairing font with, ooh, that is very cute. That's not even Ivana Journals. It just reminds me of her work. Oh, this is one of mine from a custom journal ages ago. Aw, someone thinks it's so cute. Oh, that's another one of mine. I'm pretty sure this was one of Janelle's. One of Janelle's bullet journals that she ordered from me in like 2020 when I was just starting. I was really proud of that theme. Okay. I know you can't see the whole page, but something like that for layout. Something like that would work well. Okay, or something like this. All right, hopefully last vote, last poll before we actually start drawing. So the theme is this. We're not changing the theme. It is this type of thing, but with blue and purple instead of pink. And like, we're not going to copy it exactly. This is the inspiration for the theme, but I'm trying to decide now how we're going to lay out the title page, the composition that we're going to use. And I have 4 options for you guys to vote from. Would one of the moderators mind putting a 4-option poll for 2 minutes up so that people can cast their votes? So option 1 is this sort of thing right here. We would have bigger doodles, like a bigger set of pajamas, slipper, blueberry jam or whatever, with some little doodles in between, and we'd pair it with a calligraphy style font. So this is layout option number 1. Layout option number 2 would have kind of one feature doodle, like maybe the pajamas with slippers overlapping or something, but very centered, and then just some cutesy like swirls, washi tape, whatever. I feel like we might change the font because that looks a little bit more like fun and, suitable for a rubber duck, but not so much for a cozy pajama morning. But anyways, that's option 2. Option 3 is this sort of playlist style. Honestly, something between those two, but just, again, little jammies, slippers, and then this style of just how we're gonna frame the page. That was 3. And then option 4, would be like this. So again, a bigger feature doodle with related doodles around it. So maybe like the toast with blueberry jam with some blueberries around it and, something else. And then underneath we would have December with a little mini calendar. We'd keep like the grid, the sparkles, that kind of stuff I really like. That's option 4. So let me swipe through them one more time. Again, the theme is not changing. The theme is this, but this is just the composition for the title page. Option 1, bigger doodles, calligraphy in the top left corner. Option 2, one feature doodle with swirls and washi tape. Option 3, playlist style doodle. And option 4, bigger doodle with smaller ones beside it and December calendar underneath. Those are the options. Go ahead and cast your votes. I'm going to go back into TikTok so I can see what you guys are saying. Like the last one. Janelle is a loyal customer. She's been here since like day one, ordering 2 journals a year. 1 or 4. Well, get your votes in. It's almost over. Okay. What month are we on? Oh, sorry. Mrs. C, we just finished November. This is the one we started yesterday and completed today. And, ooh, okay, option 1. I'm just curious how many people actually voted because so many people said 4 in the comments, but I don't know if they missed the vote and said 4 or if they actually voted and said 4. Oh well, option 1 won either way. Let me pull that picture up so that I can have it in front of me. What was option 1? I don't remember. Why are you... Oh, whoops. And now I pulled up the wrong app alongside my TikTok. 4 was so good. Okay, so what? Did people not vote? 54 votes. Can someone see how many people voted for 1? Well, okay, those of you who put 4 in the chat, did you vote for or did you just put 4 in the chat? Yeah, Anna with an N. I'm mostly wondering if the people who wrote the number 4 in the chat did not vote and only voted and only put their vote in the chat. But anyways, really, Stephanie? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this is confusing. I hate having to do revotes, but maybe we just should, I guess. Okay, let's do a revote, but just for 1 minute and only 2 options. 2 options, 1 minute. I'm going to show them again. Everyone, do you know where to vote now? It's right up at the top, left-hand side, right underneath my name. Looks kind of like a clipboard. Blue, white, a little bit of orange. There's only going to be 2 options in here. This is option 1, and this is option 2. Option 1, option 2. 1 and 2. So again, we're sticking with the pajama theme. Nothing's changing about the theme itself. We're just choosing the composition. So bigger doodles scattered around the page with calligraphy up in the top versus 1 large feature doodle paired with related smaller doodles and then December title and calendar underneath. 1 or 2. I feel like it must be almost over. I'm gonna get out of there. Well, we can ditch the grid if that's the part that you guys don't like, but it's a completely different, like this isn't really a grid, it's gingham. I don't know. I feel like it's a very different vibe, so I wouldn't be bothered at all. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Hokey diny, you guys. I feel... I'm sorry, those of you guys who voted number 1 and genuinely wanted it. I feel bad every time I do a revote and it ends differently, even though, like, I do a revote because I want it to end differently. Okay, let me grab my doodles here. It was 50-50 to the last second. Yikes. Okay. So, what we're looking for now is 1 feature doodle with a few related doodles to scatter around it. So, Do I do the feature doodle as pajamas with the kind of little accent doodles as like slippers and socks? Or do I do the feature doodle as a food, like, yeah, a stack of pancakes or a piece of toast, and then do the little doodles? Here, let me show you what I mean. So in the theme that we chose, we have both elements because it's a morning theme. So take note of the different types of elements, and then maybe let's just do another quick vote. A 1 minute, only 1 minute, and we're choosing, do we want to use the sleepwear as the main doodle or the breakfast foods as the main doodle? So option 1 is going to be sleepwear. We have the folded pajama set as the big doodle with slippers and socks as the small doodles. So folded pajama set, slippers and socks. Option 2 would be to go the food route and have either a stack of pancakes or a piece of toast or a jar of jam, something like that, as the big doodle, and then have little blueberries as the small doodle, since we chose blue instead of pink. So those are the 2 options here. Option 1, big jammies, slippers and socks. Option 2, big breakfast food, blueberries, or like blueberry jam or something like that. Food is option 2, sleepwear is option 1, because they both fit with the theme that we chose. And then I feel like throughout the month we can mix both things. Like, we don't need to confine ourselves, but just kind of have to choose one to go with here. Let's see. Option 1 was sleepwear, right? Yes. I'm pretty sure. I need to work on my memory for the polls. But okay, so sleepwear. So let's do a set of jammies and then have some slippers. Yeah, maybe I'm trying to think if I want to do anything food paired with that. But since I don't know how I'm going to choose to outline these yet, I'm just going to start outlining with my gray marker, because these jammies are going to be plaid, so they don't need to be colored in solid. I guess I could color them in solid and then do white. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. Nah, I'm just going to go with what I'm already doing here. All right, so there's the loose outline of the pajama top with the pants folded up. Beside it. Okay. Let's color this. So I'm going to put a little tag in here. And then this is going to be like a blue plaid set of jammies. What kind of buttons should I do? I should have done purple plaid jammies now that I'm thinking about it. That's okay, we'll do purple slippers and stuff. Do you guys hear that? My 1-year-old has just been in the worst mood when he wakes up these days. He's just unleashing on Dad up there. And I feel like inside I might just just color solid with something because I might get a little too busy if I do. I know technically it would be like the lighter version of the plaid on the inside probably, but I just feel like that would be a little busy. So let's just color that in solid. I do, Paige. I do that, yes. This part is going to be the elastic waistband, so I'm going to color it in solid and then add white gel pen doodles on top. Well, I mean, my older one hasn't been in diapers for a long time, but my baby, yes, I do cloth diaper him. Okay. That is going to be our base, and I feel like a very delicate black outline would actually work just fine with the like thinnest tip that I have. I think I'm going to do it because I don't know. I think it needs it, like even more than just like a more slightly darker blue. Like I think it needs that level of contrast because everything is just so lost. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna go with black. Never my first choice, but often, well, not often, sometimes the right choice. But we'll do a very like delicate line, lots of gaps, very fine tip, nothing intense. That looks so much better. I mean, not that I was gonna leave it blank anyways, but I feel like this was the right move. Oh, Caitlin, sounds like thunder is actually just a toddler. No, he's just moving things around upstairs. Okay. Okay, yeah, the theme is like morning routine. Cozy breakfast, jammies, slippers. Okay, what if I put, though, what if I do like some slippers over here and then like a jar of jam and some blueberries over here and bring that in a little bit? Moving the fridge to the living room. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if he ventures into that. Getting such ideas. He is very fun, but definitely a destructive force at times. All right, so these are going to be the slippers. I should really go up soon and help. Baby sounds like he's just having a rough day. No, that one's the baby. He has been just miserable for the past couple of days, and I can't feel any teeth coming through, but like there's gotta be, because he's just utterly devastated when he's not being held. I mean, he's always been a bit more of a sensitive baby than our first one, but yeah, he's just been kicking it up a notch in the past few days. 3 and 1 are their ages. Okay, this is like a jar of jam. And then some little blueberries. Maybe like a knife for spreading the jam. Okay, and I know everything looks so weird until I outline it. So let me outline it and then figure out if we want to add the grid in the background. I'm thinking maybe no to the grid, but yes to like little sparkles and I don't know, little like light color doodles or black, but just very fine, but maybe no grid. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards, just because the pajamas are plaid. Now that I see them, I feel like that would be a little much. Okay, yes to the sparkles. I think the blueberries could be darker. I don't know if you mean a darker blue or just layer on more blue, but I just layered on more blue, which maybe isn't what you meant. Okay, and then let's just write blue berry jam. Very small, so you cannot even read it. It's just there for decoration. Okay, we need a little bit of white gel pen here. I'm gonna add some white gel pen to the waistband. Maybe let's just add a little like snowflake design or something on these slippers. A little touch of white on the blueberries. Okay, I think that is going to be it for the main design. And then we will add some sparkles. Just trying to decide. I think maybe, yeah, wow, it does sound like they're just doing a minor renovation upstairs. Okay, a little bit of sparkles, and then December underneath here, with or without a calendar, whatever you guys think. The calendar would be completely moot because her calendar is positioned right over here, but I know some people just like to have it aesthetics wise. So I'm not opposed to doing one. It's just definitely not functionally necessary. Oh yeah, sorry, Mama of Six. Last night in the year, like the November theme that we were working on last night with the teddy bears. Okay, what do you guys think? Calendar or no calendar? And then what kind of text for December? I feel like my stamps, you know, like the typewriter style stamps could be very cute here. And I don't think we've used those at all yet in this journal. So we could do those. Okay, no calendar, no calendar. Okay, let me show. So you were asking Mama of Six about what we did yesterday, and we did this on live yesterday, and then today we finished up that theme. So yesterday we finished these 2 pages. We took it slow, very like tutorial style. And then today we added the favorite moments, we added the weekly spreads, and then we spent a lot of time kind of breaking down and planning December, and that's what we're working on right now. I agree, no calendar. And then stamps versus, my thing is, I feel like once there's black outline in the picture, I want to do black text, you know? Or like, Unless if it's going to be big text, then I would do a lighter color with a black outline. But I think at this point we would do like small text. That's what was in our inspiration picture. So I would either do stamps or like small black calligraphy. I don't think I would do a small colored font. You know what I mean? Just because it would look very flat compared to everything else being light colored but then outlined. Stamps. I feel like stamps would be cute with this theme, and I'm quite sure that we haven't used them at all in this journal. So maybe let's just do it. Just gotta make a decision and go for it. So we'll just stamp D, E, okay, perfect. Alrighty, and it is just about 5 o'clock here, so I should probably be going to go make supper and calm the chaos upstairs. Yes, my stamps box. These are like the first, I got these ages ago from Paperwrld. They're lovely though. I don't use them tons just because I love hand lettering, but these are definitely my most used stamps aside from these ones. This theme, I don't know, like morning routine, waking up, starting the day, I don't know what to call it. Yes, I need to go move my fridge back into my kitchen. Yes, absolutely. Doesn't belong in the living room like my toddler seems to think. Yeah, cozy morning, something like that. That's a good name for it. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick flip through and then say goodbye for the day. I'm typically not live on the weekends. This weekend I plan to really hunker down and master my Caesar machine to cut the vinyl, transfer the vinyl onto the journals, figure out the different like composition options I'm going to have, whether I do like a doodle with a word underneath like your name, or if I were to do like just a name along the side here, or I don't know, a name along there, stacked calligraphy over here. I have no clue yet how I'm going to offer these. That's what this kind of soft launch was for, it's a very experimental phase, but that's what I'm going to dedicate my weekend to. I'm not going to try to fit a live in because I just want to get those customization options locked in so that I can do the official launch and actually open up more spots for those journals. But yeah, here's the journal so far. Chocolate covered strawberry theme, sushi theme. On that note as well, like I was saying earlier, the next custom bullet journal slot for like a full hand-drawn custom like this, I only open one at a time. The next one will be opening next Wednesday. So check out my Instagram stories if you're curious about that, the timing, how it works, all of that. Right now I have a question box up in my Instagram stories so that if you have any questions about how ordering works, what kinds of things are included in the journal, whatever, you can go ask those questions. Sorry, I just suddenly got the hiccups. I think so, Gail. That would be my plan. I've done every other page on live, so I feel like it would be silly not to. June, bees and lavender. I love the colors for June. I mean, I love the colors of the whole thing. I love making journals for Janelle because her taste is like the same as mine. I enjoy all of my journal projects, mostly all of my journal projects. There have been a couple orders that have been a real drag to get through. Not recently, no one that you guys would know. But Janelle's, I always am so pumped when I see that it was her who placed the order because I just know that I'm going to get to have so much fun with the themes because we like the same colors, we like the same style. So they come very naturally and always turn out so cute in my personal opinion. September, we did fall leaves. Love the favorite moments page for this month. The weeklies. October, getting way ahead of myself. Calico Cat. Weeklies. November, which was yesterday's project. Yesterday we did the tutorial for this page, and then today we did all the remaining monthly pages. So favorite moments and weekly spreads. Like this. And then what we just ended on, we spent quite a bit of time on Pinterest, choosing the December theme, figuring out the composition. Yeah, Julia, I'm not sure if Julia is still here, but she was asking me questions about how to, you know, like do original bullet journal themes, but still have guidance. Because right now she's just, you know, copying themes from her favorite creators or whatever. And that's what I recommend doing, is what we just did for the month of December. Just like finding inspiration for each element separately instead of a whole page all together. You know, like we found that sort of pajamas and breakfast inspiration from just like an art print. And then separately we found like the orientation of the title page. That was like a peach soda theme, you know? So breaking down the different pieces to use as inspiration so that you still have a lot of guidance, but you're not directly copying someone else. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Miss Kitty Cat. I missed when you did November. Can you show me what pens and markers? Yes, for November, I used pretty much all Tombos. If you want to know the numbers, my lightest tan for like the gingham, the bear's nose, that kind of stuff was 990, Tombow 990. The light brown, the main fur of the teddy bear, was Tombow 992. The brown kind of loose outline around the bear was a Zebra mild liner brush pen. The light pink for the gingham, which I had to do a few coats because it's very, very light, was Tombow 800. And then the more normal pink that I used for like the bows, the lettering, that kind of stuff, was Tombow 772. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Okay. So yes, thank you guys all so much for joining another live. I really do appreciate you all joining me, and I'm glad that you enjoy it. It's brought so much more joy to my little side hustle to be able to actually do it with people and do it with you guys. So I'm really grateful for you. Like I said, I don't plan to be live this weekend. We've got family visiting, and I also have some serious homework to do with starting the customizations of the front covers with gold foil. So I need to figure out a lot of stuff before I can actually get that rolling and into production, which is what the official launch is hinging on. So this weekend, I'm going to be hunkering down with my Juliet cutter and figuring that out. So thank you guys for joining. Again, the next custom journal opens next week, Wednesday at exactly 4 p.m. EST. It's first come, first serve. So if that interests you, please check my Instagram stories so that you can click the countdown, set a timer, whatever you got to do. And of course, ask questions as well. I've got a question box up there if you're curious about the mechanics of anything. But thank you guys so much for joining. I hope to see you again next week. See you on Instagram over the weekend. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend.